Let's pretend for one brief moment that genies in a bottle are real. If I ever ran across one and I was granted 3 musical wishes, well, I would use one of those wishes to ask for the reunion, or the reformation better stated, of Damn Yankees. There's been a lot of press about Styx lately, and you know what? I like them. But if I were adding songs to a playlist, I would be far more likely to add a few songs by Damn Yankees instead. Not taking anything away from Tommy's work with Dennis DeYoung, James Young, and the rest of the band, but Damn Yankees, that was Tommy's sweet spot. They were, simply put, the greatest supergroup ever. You know, I think it's really rare to see a band with this much talent. You've got the aforementioned Tommy Shaw, Jack Blades from Night Ranger, and Ted Nugent from the Amboy. Well, he's from Ted Nugent, along with drummer Michael Cardellone. You had great singers, and you had even better musicians playing their hearts out before everything was auto-tuned and overdubbed to death. Sure, Uncle Ted may have said some controversial things way back then, stuff that I personally don't agree with, but it's hard not to respect someone for having the courage or the cojones to speak his or her mind. You gotta respect that, even if you don't. And that first album, holy cow, that was good stuff. The all-out, rowdy, Night Ranger-esque coming of age, the beautifully haunting song Come Again with amazing vocals by Tommy Shaw, and of course my favorite song of the bunch, High Enough. Throughout all of these AOR-friendly songs, you've got Mr. Nugent shredding like nobody's business. He is absolutely one of my favorite guitarists. He's not the fastest, he's not the most technically competent, but man, he makes up for all of that with his energy, enthusiasm, and sense of fun that you can visibly see when he plays the guitar. And after 18 months of touring to support that debut album, the band went back into the studio to produce their follow-up, the over-the-top patriotic Don't Tread. Their big single off that album, Where You Going Now, was pure awesomeness. Unfortunately, 1992 was the beginning of the end for a lot of bands. Why? Well, simply put, grunge came along, and apparently just like a light switch, the label stopped caring about melodic hard rock. Warner Brothers Music had switched directions, and just like that, Damn Yankees was done. You've got to hand it to Tommy Shaw and Jack Blades, though. They didn't give up without a fight. While Ted went back to hunting big game and guest appearances on reality TV, Tommy and Jack soldiered on as a duo. They released another album as Shaw Blades called Hallucination in 1995. Of course, they got zero support from their label, again Warner Brothers Music. That was it until 2007, when the duo released another album of cover songs called Influences. That album was more a labor of love than anything else. By that time, both of the musicians realized that they were going to need to return to Styx and Night Ranger if they wanted to keep paying the bills. Every once in a while, though, the 4 original members of Damn Yankees show up and perform a handful of songs from their 2 albums. They did it in 2004 at a charity event sponsored by Alice Cooper, and again in 2010 at a recording industry convention. Each time they do, people scratch their heads and ask, what in the world happened? Why did these guys go away? And you know what? No one has a good answer. No one seems to want to remember the utter shunning that occurred with the emergence of grunge music. I know it's not the whole story and somewhat one-dimensional to villainize a particular type of music, but there was a movement that occurred in the early 90s that took the entire music industry in the wrong direction. Thankfully, those days are long gone, and we can once again embrace the music of Shaw, Blades, and Nugent. They just don't write songs like these anymore, kids. So who says I need an imaginary genie to grant me a wish to see this dream come true? I know Tommy's busy with Styx, and Jack is one of the busiest guys in the industry between Night Ranger and Revolution Saints. But still, I bet these guys could find time to stir the pot creatively again. Not certain about Uncle Ted, but I bet if they gave him a call, he'd have a tasty lick or two to contribute. And I have no doubt that a reunion would be welcome. Just looking at some of the comments on their videos, I think YouTuber Pitchfork Matt said it best when he commented, "If these guys came out with a new album, I'd buy it in a heartbeat. I was born in 1992, but I grew up listening to stuff like this mainly, so much better than the stuff today. So that's it. Another great band shut down in their prime by grunge music. I can't believe all of the madness that went on in the early 90s. Thank heavens we've already returned to our senses. Well, at least musically. The world is still a crazy place. So what was your favorite Damn Yankees song? Let me know what songs you liked in the comments section below. And while you're at it, please click on the thumbs up and subscribe buttons. That's how I'll know if I should make more videos like this one. But most of all, as always, thank you so much for watching.